Hey golfers, ready to take your game to the next level? Today, we're going to show you how to cut 7 to 12 strokes off your handicap using 4 simple moves. These aren't your average tips and tricks. These are game changers. We're talking about mastering those crucial shots that can make or break your round. Let's get started. How many times have you been just off the green inside 30 yards and thought, easy peasy, only to end up carding a bogey or worse? It's a killer, isn't it? But it doesn't have to be this way. Mastering the short pitch is all about touch, feel, and consistency. First things first, club selection. Try a 56 degree or even a 60 degree if you're feeling brave. It's all about finding the right club for the distance and lie. Next up, your stance. You want to be a little more narrow than usual with the ball positioned slightly back in your stance. This will help you to hit down on the ball, creating that lovely crisp contact we all crave. Now, the swing. Think of it as a putting stroke with your wedges. Smooth, pendulum-like motion, accelerating through the ball. Keep your eyes glued to the back of the ball throughout the entire swing. Practice this shot a lot. Experiment with different clubs, lies, and distances. When you start knocking those short pitches stiff, you'll see your scores plummet. Let's talk about bunkers. Those dreaded sand traps that can strike fear into the heart of even the most seasoned golfer. But fear not, my friends, because I'm going to show you how to escape these hazards like a true pro. First and foremost, assess the lie. Is the ball sitting up nicely on top of the sand, or is it buried down in a footprint? The lie will determine your strategy. For a standard bunker shot, you want to use your sand wedge. Open the club face, creating that lovely bounce that will help you glide through the sand. You're not actually hitting the ball. Aim to hit the sand about an inch or two behind the ball. Imagine you're trying to splash the sand onto the green, with the ball coming along for the ride. Your swing should be a smooth, accelerating motion, following through with your arms and body. Keep your weight slightly forward throughout the shot. This will help you maintain balance and prevent those dreaded fat shots. Practice makes perfect. Spend some quality time in the practice bunker. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. Now let's talk about those tricky chip shots from the fringe. You know, the ones where you're just off the green but too close to really get your lob wedge out. The key here is to choose the right club. I like to use my 7-iron or 8-iron for this shot, as it gives me a nice low trajectory that runs out nicely on the green. Again, it's all about feel and touch. Think of it like a long putt, using your shoulders and arms to control the distance. Your stance should be narrow, with the ball positioned slightly back in your stance. This will help you strike the ball cleanly, promoting that crisp contact we're after. Keep your hands ahead of the ball throughout the swing and accelerate through the impact zone. Focus on a spot on the green where you want the ball to land. Visualize the ball rolling out towards the hole, just like you would with a putt. Spend some time chipping balls from different distances and lies around the practice green. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become with this shot. Let's talk about putting, because let's be honest, this is where we can all shave off some strokes. I'm going to share a few tips and tricks that will have you holing more putts and lowering your scores in no time. First things first, find a putting routine that works for you and stick to it. Consistency is key in putting, so having a pre-shot routine will help you relax and focus on the task at hand. Now let's talk about grip. Experiment with different grips until you find one that feels comfortable and promotes a smooth stroke. Whether it's a traditional grip, cross-handed, or even claw grip, find what works for you. Next up, posture and alignment. Stand tall but not stiff, with your eyes directly over the ball. Use a line on your ball or a marker on the green to help you align your putt correctly. Remember, putting is all about feel and touch. Think smooth and controlled, accelerating through the ball towards the hole. Keep your head still throughout the stroke. Spend time on the practice green, getting a feel for the speed and break of the greens. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become on the greens. So there you have it, 4 game-changing moves to help you cut 7 to 12 strokes off your handicap. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become, and the lower your scores will go. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to check out the link in the description for more solutions to common golf issues. Happy golfing!